Well, very good morning, people of Wigan. I wonder whether you know what is the longest word in the world. We're going to look at what is the longest word in the world this morning. Okay, now some of you, if you've ever been on some kind of quiz show, that one where you have to come up with the longest words possible, will probably be quite familiar with this one. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. It's the 19th century separation of trying to separate church and state. But that's not the longest word in the world. Is it this one? Flocino sine hilipilification. Is that the longest word in the world? Anybody know what that is? I'll tell you what it is. It is the act of deciding that something is unimportant. All right? Dismissing something as unimportant. That is flocino sine hilipilification. Okay, so if you think what I'm saying today is not very important, then why don't you stick around and see for yourself? But that's not the longest word in the world. What about this one? Pseudo-hypoparathyroidism. Okay, what's that? Well, that's a disease of bone growth that causes you to grow quite small. But that's not the longest word in the world. What about this one? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Is that the longest word in the world? No. Do you know what it means, by the way? It means it's something to say when you have nothing to say. But that song that you know very well, the title of that song, is not the longest word in the world. There's one even longer than that. What about this one? Hippopotamonstrosiquiptaliophobia. Well, that's my favourite, that one. Do you know what that is? Hippopotamonstrosiquiptaliophobia. It's actually the fear of long words. It's hilarious, isn't it? So if somebody asked you, if you had a fear of long words and someone asked you, what phobias do you have? Or what disease do you have? Or what fears do you have? They'd say, I suffer from and they'd run off. They won't be able to say it because they have a fear of long words. Hippopotamonstrosiquiptaliophobia. But that's not the longest word in the world. What about this one? Is it this one? Newman ultra microscopic silico volcano coniosis. There you go. I said that without my false teeth spitting out. You know what that is? That is a disease caused by the inhalation of silica dust. And it is a whopping great 45 letters long. But that is not the longest word in the world, believe it or not. No, there's one longer than that. Do you know what it is? It's this one. Eternity. Because eternity goes on forever. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm not giving you a linguistic lesson this morning or an English vocabulary lesson. I'm trying to teach you something that is really, really important that you've probably not thought about. And that's that eternity goes on and on forever. Thanks, buddy. And you see, what we don't think of is this. We get trapped up in the here and now and we live for just now. And we don't think about what will happen once we're dead. We don't consider eternity. Some of you may have thought about it a little bit and thought, I'll deal with that later. When I get towards the end of my life, I'll start thinking about where I'm going to spend eternity. But God says now is the day of salvation. Today is the day where you should decide upon these things because you don't know how many days you have left. It's no good saying, I'll wait till I'm a bit older or before I die, because that's a date that nobody knows. We all know our birthday. I know mine, it's 3rd of March, 1975. I'm sure you know your birthday. But one thing none of us knows is our death day. We do not know when we're going to die. We do not know when we are going to step into eternity. So if we did, maybe you could plan for it, but we don't. So we've got to be ready right now to receive salvation. We've got to come to the foot of the cross where Jesus died and say, thank you for dying for my sins. Please forgive me. And then your sins, past, present, and future, will be wiped clean and you'll be going to heaven. And then it'll be done. It'll be dusted. You'll be safe. So do it today because you do not know the day you will die. And you'll be dead for a lot longer than you'll be alive. You'll be in hell for a lot longer than you'll be on this earth because you'll be there forever. As one friend wrote a short poem, Vinny, says this: life is short eternity long. But one thing you must not do is get it wrong. So the decisions you make on this earth now, in your lifetime, have eternal repercussions, have eternal consequences. They determine where you will spend eternity. And the only way to be in heaven, where I'm going, is to come to Jesus and accept that free gift of salvation on the cross. He died for you, that you might live eternally with him. Thank you for listening.